Let's go meet injection shape and job.
And at that time, I didn't know how training was done. All I knew was chest, bench press, and bicep curls. But as time's gone on, things fucking change. You know, I've started learning about karma. You understand? And you know, you just don't want that, man. Because like I've started doing a lot of, you know, I've started looking into a lot of about energy. You know, about how we are and who we are on this earth. And I remember once they actually sat me down and gave me a lecture and said, look, bro, we know you love fucking fighting and this and that, yeah? But you need to just fucking calm down. Like, every time we go, give it about an hour in it before you start beating people up. Let's enjoy the night. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah?
Welcome to Rucka Entertainment. I'm back here again with injection shape and job due to popular demand. Our first episode that we did about 3 weeks ago got over 100,000 views in the space of 2 weeks. So I had to come back again. So without further ado, injection.
How you guys? Good? By the way, that was about his fifth take, yeah? That's what I'll let you not know.
We chat, that was a one take. Now, I just want to go through it quickly. Did you expect that? Did you actually expect that?
To be honest with you, I did and I didn't. You know, I know there's a lot of people, but the world is twisted out there. You know, unfortunately, it is the way it is. The world is twisted and they want to see violence. They want to see bad stuff. And a lot of people are they're very, very nosy. You understand? I'm sorry, but it's just the way it is. You know, and they just want to they want to know what's going on. You understand? That's like, why do you think all these programs, like the reality TV programs, they're all doing really, really well now? Because that's what everyone wants. They want to see the way people are living their lives.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the way that society has become now. But yeah, I wasn't actually expecting it that fast, to be honest with you. I was expecting a higher amount, but not within 2 weeks, to be honest.
And it's crazy, right? Because when we pushed this out, we only did a little bit of social media.
There was hardly.
We didn't put no money into advertising.
Nothing.
And when we were looking at the numbers, we were like, shit. And my phone was just buzzing.
Yeah.
I was getting DMs after DMs after DMs. Injection. People already know you. People know the name, but they don't know the face. Mate, a lot of call outs, a lot of everything. What is it? Why is it your name is so hot and full of controversy?
You know what it is I mean, that pretty much the first bit I said earlier on, that covers it, you know. I think also people want to change their ways. They want to be different.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're capable of doing it. Or, you know, there's other issues involved where they can't, you know, family issues. It's like how many times do people watch these superhero films? I remember when Spider-Man first came out, and then everyone was like, oh my God, they were telling me how they were wishing that they could be like him. They wish they had superpowers. You understand? So I'm not saying I've got superpowers, but you know, people are intrigued that they want to try and change their ways so they can try and be like me. You understand? And I'll keep telling people that, look, anything's possible. All I am is I don't wake up every morning and think I've got a script and I need to run my day by that script. You understand? The only thing that reminds me every so often is when I do my prayers at night time, and I do my prayers in front of my late partner's picture. You know, when I do my prayers, I always pray that make me a better person and keep me going. You understand?
Right. So that keeps you going.
That is a reminder every day. You know, I've got her name tattooed all over my chest, and you know, when I look in the mirror, you know, I'm constantly being reminded the tattoos I've got. You know, every single tattoo I have got, every single one is a reminder of my life in my past.
It's like a physical affirmations, like instead of saying it, you've seen it.
Everything, every single thing is what I've written. A lot of them I just sat there just writing and making notes, you know, and I just literally just within seconds I'd have something come in my head, you know, that is right, and I'll write it down, you know, I'm like, that's good, you know, that is me, you know, and I'll be like, I'm going to get this, and I'll be looking at myself and I'm thinking, where should I get it put on? I run out of spaces now, you know what I mean?
But it seems to work well for you. I mean, you know, like since the first 3 episodes that we've done, it's been a lot of shit as well. I mean, a lot of good stuff, more good stuff than bad. But anyone in your shoes, any normal person, I don't think they will be able to handle it. How do you...
Thick skin, bro.
It's thick skin, but
Thick skin.
it's a confidence that not normal people have. And I think that is something to be, you know...
But it's like I keep saying to everyone, we've got warrior genetics. You understand? What happens is, because of the world that we're living in, the way we've slowly started to change ourselves, you understand? We've started changing ourselves in a negative way. You know, one gift that God has given us as humans is the ability to adapt to whatever situation we're in. And what's happening is, as the world is changing, we are adapting to that. And then it's just like, suddenly now, if I was to just take your phone away for 1 year, you'd be fucked. Imagine if your phone ended up, your phone got lost or something, or your battery died, you couldn't have access to your phone. All your contacts, everything's just gone. You understand? You'd be like, I've lost everything, my pictures, my videos, everything, you know. You'd be screaming, because that's only 1 day. You understand? Like, we rely on these things too much, way too much. And, you know, we just need to learn to adapt to the simple ways, the basic ways. You understand? I'm so used to it, but to be honest with you, I used to get nicked so many times. Every time I was getting nicked, the mum used to take my phone. And when he took my phone, I'd be left without a phone, and I'd have to scratch it out. It'd be like, the first time it happened, it was like, okay, I'm screwing. Then it happened again and again, and I was just like, oh, whatever, man. And now it's just like, if they ever nick me, I was just like, here's my phone, mate, take it. Cool, I'll see you later. Say bye to my phone.
That's such a great mindset to have, because I was looking at the analytics on my phone, and I'm saying like 4 or 5 hours a day I'm on my phone. I think it's 24 hours a day. I sleep for 8 hours. You know, 4 or 5 is a lot. And I remember once, a couple of years back, we went to Farnborough and had no reception. I feel like it's a bit weird, but more of a mental cleanse. Is that something that you do as well, in terms of purging like social media out your life, purging negative people out your life? How do you have that cleanse of yourself?
You know what it is the amount of positive feedback, the amount of positive messages that I get from people, you know, it makes me feel a lot more calm. It makes me feel relaxed. You know, it's just an amazing feeling. You know, I never thought, you know, you'd ever get to this, because my life before was so full of negativity. I used to hang around with negative people, you know, and I used to attract a lot of negativity, and it was just constant negativity. And then what's ended up happening now is I just changed it all about, you know. And on top of that, where I'm getting the message from people, yeah, you'll get haters. It's normal. I don't even let them get to me, to be honest with you. There's so much shit that's been going out on social media now, yeah. But you see, what it is it's, if you know, it's always the same people. It's about 20 people. Well, shall I say 20 profiles? It's only about 5 or 6 people, but it's about 20 profiles, yeah. And if you notice, it's the same profiles commenting on the same thing, creating the same pages all the time. You understand? And what's funny about it is none of these profiles are actually real. They're all fake. None of them are actually showing their true faces or their true names. You understand? So it's like, as the public, you know, like, God has given us a gift of common sense. You understand? And when we use our common sense, we look at a situation and think, hold on, there's a lot of negativity coming from those people there, but every single one of those profiles are fake. Not one of them has got the bottle to stand up straight up. You understand? And the ones that are standing up, they obviously, like, they know that there's no way I can access them, because they're millions of miles away. You understand what I'm saying? So, but a lot of them is, you know, you've made a name and they want to try and jump on the bandwagon. You know, they want to try and become famous. You know, these people were nobodies.
But what is that though? Like, I think, is it human nature? I mean, even for me, if I post something up, like anything, and could be part of Rucka Entertainment, something that I put on a post, I might get several good feedbacks, right? Say, oh, wicked, that looks amazing. I mean, I'm a critic to myself here, but I feel as if I don't really look at that. But as soon as someone say a bad comment, oh, you should have done this, or why are you doing that?
You're noticing it.
You're noticing it.
Yeah, but that's you then. That's where your fault is. I don't look at any negativity that comes towards me. I see it as free publicity.
Yeah.
I see it as any publicity is good publicity. You know, within, I think it was about a week, I ended up getting an extra 5,000 followers due to these silly posts going around and stuff. And, you know, but the funniest thing is that if any of these people were real, all they got to do is just come and see me. You understand what I'm saying? You know, it's like majority of these people, when I say majority, pretty much all of these people are victims of mine over the years. So, for example, yourself now, yeah? You've got no reason to want to put anything, any hatred towards me. But you get people that have created a name over the years. They've made a name in their small little community. Yeah, so over the years, a lot of these people have been victims. You understand? They in their own little world have always thought that they're kings. They are the kings of their little world, yeah? They've been bullies, you know, they used to do things to try and make themselves feel superior. And then along came myself, you know, and put them in their place and made them realize, well, no, you're not superior. You understand? Because just don't work that way, you know. I know tomorrow someone will come that's going to be more superior to me, but I don't go around like bullying innocent people. I will bully the bullies. That's how I've been for the last 7 years. Before that, yes, I was pretty much exactly the same as these
So
fellas.
before the 7 years,
Yeah,
you were an animal.
I was.
That
I was
injection-
worse than these guys. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
an injection. You just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
You go in front of anyone
yeah.
that causes you harm or causes you trouble, you just fuck them up.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was the mentality. And then, because of the circumstances you've been through,
Mm.
you change your ways now. You think in a different light. You're more positive. You have more faith. Is that what it is?
I've become a lot more spiritual. I've got a lot more faith. You know, it's weird because you know, imagine you've got a lion. You could tame that lion up and you can keep it as a house pet. You know, you can keep it in the zoo or whatever, right? You could tame that lion, and it will adapt to its environment. You understand? You know, so the environment I was in before was very different. The people around me, you know, the things I used to do were very, very different. And then I collectively made a decision to change my ways. So, you know, that lion is adapting itself to its new environment. But the capability of that lion is still there, of ripping someone's arm off, ripping someone's head off, you know, doing madness. You know, it's still capable of doing that as a lion. You understand? So, you know, everything is still there. I'm just learning to kind of control my ways. That's all it is.
You know, you look at Sikhism.
Yeah.
You said it yourself. It's a warrior race.
Mm.
Yeah. Everyone is Sikh, bloodline warriors.
Mm.
Now I'm talking about communities. And like, for instance, I have a lot of good friends in the Islamic community. And yeah, they have a few of the boys have a little fight here and there. But they have such a strong bond with each other.
Mm.
Do you think it's different in the Sikh community?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
You know what? A lot of people are going to probably not like this, but it is the truth, to be honest with you. There's a lot of religions and a lot of other communities out there that, you know, when the shit hits the fan, they will always come together, no matter what. They will put the differences aside. Unfortunately, with the Punjabis, it's always been, we want to be bigger and better than the other person. If somebody is successful, like, for example, these posts that have been going around, if someone is successful, they don't want to see them progress. They're not happy with seeing someone progress. You know, I mean, you get that in pretty much in all cultures and all, you know, religions and.
Do you think it's more prominent in Sikhism? Do you think it's more
it is
advocated,
a lot, yeah,
more,
because
more magnified?
the reason for that is there is a big race for who wants to try and be superior, because from day one we've been a superior race, right? You know, we've always been kind of not the type to kind of hold back. You understand? And because they've always been like that from day one, I think it's just kind of, it's in the blood, isn't it? I think everybody just wants to become superior. Everyone wants to become better than everyone else. And unfortunately, it's got to that stage where people, they don't mind shafting the other person,
But you got a big name here, you know. Well, I mean, a lot of people love you. A lot of people have mixed feelings, but you got a big name. You know, you're hot in the streets, and you got a well-known name in West London. What can you do to make change, to change people's mindsets, to stop thinking in such a negative, reformed way, with this inner bitterness, and kind of unite all the Sikhs together and say, look, we're here together. Why are you calling me out? Why are you doing this? Why can't we just have two grown men? We have the same faith. Why can't we just unite and be together?
I just like banging your head against a brick wall. But firstly, going on to the beginning of your question, I didn't really know that my name was so out there. You understand? I always knew people were scared of me. I always knew that a lot of wannabe bad boys I'd put in their place, and because of that, the name was out there. They'd heard of the name, but I honestly didn't really know that, when I was doing all these things like helping people out, communities, and, wives and daughters, people on drugs, and, people getting kidnapped, people being groomed, and, all this kind of stuff, all this good product stuff and all that, the marriages and everything. When I was doing all of that, I didn't actually think I was actually creating what do you call it, like a reputation, you understand, in the community, a name in the community. I didn't really know that. So it's only when all this stuff started happening, and I'm not going to lie to you, I've been a little bit overwhelmed, to be honest with you, and the amount of positive messages I've been getting every single day, it's just keeping me going. I get so many messages, but going back on your question where you're saying, could people, will they ever understand? No.
So you don't have the faith in unity, and where we all can get together on a table and say, listen, let's just call each other brothers. We are brothers. Why are we fighting?
But I can sit here and I can give you a long-winded answer, but the answer is no. It's not going to happen. Because the reason for that is that there's too much jealousy. Everybody, like I said, just wants to be better than everyone else. Nobody's happy with seeing another person progress. You understand? I just mind my own business. I do my own thing. I just carry on doing my shit. And I don't really care about what other people do. I do my thing and that's it. I don't care what people say. I don't care. I do my own thing. And I just leave it at that. I'm not one of those people that when I'm doing stuff, always stepping on eggshells. Like, should I do this or should I do that? Because, what if somebody sees me doing this and they might think, like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, one thing I noticed about you is that you're active. Wherever it is, you're getting it done. You're active. We'll be here chilling, and there'll be a kickoff. I think I've got a confidence in that you won't just let that shit happen. Yeah. You'll get involved. So you're active in the sense that, looking back at your previous work before we did our podcast, like for instance, we can refer to something as in like community. You do a great deal here in your community in Southall. We've seen all the videos. We witnessed it. We know that a lot of people take their hats off saying, you know what, Injection, you did that. But why is it that, like the Midlands, for instance, why like Birmingham and those sort of areas are calling you to solve that problem? Why can't the people who are in control there solve their own problems then? Why are they calling you?
Well, bruv, answering the first bit, yeah. Why can't people do it themselves? Why am I different to them? Why am I doing it and they can't do it? This is the point I'm trying to get across to everyone, that, everyone can do it. Going back on an interview that I done and a football tournament that we had done back in the days, Sher Punjab football tournament, we had, there was a Southall riots at the time that happened. Well, not Southall riots, the London riots. And I don't know if you remember.
The looting.
Yeah, the looting and everything, they were getting crazy. So we'd found out that they were coming to Southall. And what had happened is we managed to, I made as many phone calls as I could. And my friends made as many phone calls as they could. We managed to get a lot of people together. A hell of a lot of people together, right? And, and then even when we were doing the speeches in the football tournament, as I was explaining to the youth there, the youngsters, and I was telling them that, look, the reason why I've brought you guys here today is to try and bring like-minded people together of the community. You understand? So you guys can build a relationship, and, I want you guys to understand that, that unity is a big thing. And in that, I explained to them that when those riots happened, there was a lot of people that when they had got phone calls, their answer was, nah, bruv, I need to stay at home with my family in case they come. And I was like, you fucking idiots. Like, really? Like, you've got Southall, yeah? In Southall, you've got these houses. What's the point of you protecting your house and allowing these people to come into Southall? Once they come in, you ain't going to get to protect your house. Why not stick together like a community and protect the whole out of Southall? So they cannot even come inside. Once they can't come inside, then the whole of Southall is protected. Do you understand what I'm saying? The whole of Southall is protected. But a lot of people weren't seeing that. They were seeing is that, no, we have to protect our family. Everyone was being selfish. You understand? So that's what people need to do. They need to change their thinking. Stop being selfish. Yeah? Stop just thinking about yourselves. Yeah? Think about the bigger picture. Think about the woman that lives next door to you, or the uncle that lives next door to you. You understand? Or the baba that lives across the road from you. You understand what I'm saying? These people, they need someone as well. And not everyone's protected with young members of the family, young youths, that can physically deal with the situation. Going back on the second bit of the question, I've been getting messages all the time. Even today, I got 2 messages about some situation that's happened in Birmingham. And, to be honest with you, what are you supposed to do? You understand? They don't have any faith in contacting certain people. I'm not going to mention any names. They don't have any faith in contacting certain people in those areas over there, you understand, to deal with the situations because they don't think they're going to get the results that they want. But then they need to understand as well is we're here, we're in London, we're like 100 miles away. And, there's people out there, down there that can physically make a change, that can deal with the situation.
Is that where Sher Punjab originated in Birmingham?
It's originated in Birmingham.
So it came from there. But what's the difference in your opinion, like you think, from the Birmingham Sher Punjab and the Sher Punjab in London?
You know what, to be honest with you, there is a big difference.
There is?
Yeah, there is a big difference. They are their own crew, you understand? What they do, what they don't do, I don't really get involved, and they don't really get involved in our thing, you understand?
But is the message the same as both?
The message is going to be the same, yeah.
Yeah.
The message is going to always be the same. We always, we will always protect the community, no matter what. But you see what it is, there was some bogus letter that was going around, you understand, about what was it, about me not being part of Sher Punjab or something like that, or whatever, yeah? What I would like to know is who the hell are these people to decide who is and who isn't in the Sher Punjab? Do you understand? Like, originally it started off on Maharaja Ranjit Singh's days. You understand? I mean, did they get permission from them, from Maharaja Ranjit Singh's people, to join the Sher Punjab? No. They named it the Sher Punjab purely because Sher Punjab is there to protect the community. It's the Lions of Punjab, right? And that's basically what it is. You understand? And when all the things started happening here in London in 1997, where the hell was all of these groups? Where the hell was all of these people?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's easy for everyone to say, oh, you're not part of this or you're not part of that. My answer to them is, fuck you. You understand? I've done more for the community single-handedly, than all you fuckers out there put together. You understand? And you know, where were you lot when I was doing all that kind of stuff? They were nowhere to be seen.
So you're very firm. You are shaping.
100%. Where we are 100%, bro. 150%.
How strong is your army right now,
brother? We in our family, I call it a family, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. In our circle, in our family, we've got last time we checked, it was 600-700 people, easy, and probably even more. The last time we checked was a good few years back. So, you know, it's a little bit different how it was before, back in the days. Before it was like you're either officially with the Sheriff Punjab or you're not kind of thing. And how we've started to now change it is that if you're part of the family, you understand? So, you know, the people that we know, for example, I might have, I don't know, 50 people surrounding me that are my friends, maybe even 100, right? And those 100 will have another 100 surrounding each one of them, you understand? So it's people that we've met through everyone, and we're all of interlinked, we're all friends, so we're all part of a family.
So there's no protocol, like there's no initiation.
No.
There's no like.
Back in the days, there used to be.
So if you want to be a member of Sheriff Punjab, you gotta prove yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like some people would say you gotta take a beat, whatever, show that you're manly enough. So it is strictly like a family.
Yeah.
But is there like one individual that say, yeah, as long as you're Sikh,
No. It's all kind of joint run, family run. You understand? It's like back in the days, they used to have the whole application process. You understand? But what we took that on upon ourselves as well to start doing the same thing in London. When we started doing that, you know, we realised that a lot of the people that were being recruited were just being recruited because they looked good. You understand? And they came with a lot of bullshit. A lot of these people were snakes. You understand? They were grasses. They were wrongs. They're shitters. You know, they got.
So people joined the Sheriff Punjab for the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons. They just want to be part of the crew, yeah. But they weren't ready for it. As soon as they got nicked, straight away they started singing like canaries. Yeah. You understand? And now it's like the people that we got with us, they are only there through referral. You understand?
So if you know someone, there's like a little bit of a process.
Yeah, if you know someone,
you know the family, you know the background.
Yeah, you can only be introduced.
Yeah,
you can only be introduced. You can't just, oh, bruv, can I join? Yeah, of course you can, no problem, mate. No, I don't work that way.
What is the main focus of the Sheriff Punjab? What is his objective?
Protecting the community.
Protect the community.
It doesn't matter what religion. You understand? It doesn't matter what colour you are. It doesn't matter what sex, male or female. It don't really matter. There's no discrimination.
But what do you say to those people who don't want to be part of that? They want to live their individual lives, and they want to rely on the law forces that have been applied in the society, in the community. I say we don't need Sheriff Punjab.
No,
we have faith in the police.
There's nothing wrong with that. You know, to be honest with you, I actually, you know, if you didn't have the law, right, you'd be pretty much fucked. So the law keeps everything balanced out. You understand? And so, you know, if those people want to have faith in the law, then there's nothing wrong with that. You understand? I will never say to anyone that don't. You understand? But what it is I think a lot of people have recently lost faith in the law because there's just been, I think, especially because of this whole coronavirus, and I think a lot of people need to understand as well, you know, that because of all of this stuff that's been going on, you know, there is the police can't really attend to everything. You understand? I've had situations myself. Where the police have tried to nick me over the stupidest things and they've been bent as anything, and I think to myself, well, you know what I mean? Like, come on, serious? Like, you lot are supposed to be.
So how many times have you been nicked then? You've been nicked quite a few times.
Boy, a lot.
Really?
Put it this way: if I was to start counting, I'd be here a long time.
And this is 7 years ago. Your last time you got nicked, was it?
Yeah. So, like, I've been nicked a hell of a lot of times. A hell of a lot of times. I've been arrested. I've been put in remand, and then I've been released. And that in itself is one of the worst things you could do in the eyes of the police. As soon as you do that, automatically, you've put a sign on yourself saying, "Come and get me." The police don't like that. The police do not like anyone that they think is bigger than the law, because they themselves think they are the biggest. You understand? And, you know, when you start getting nicked, let's just say you've been nicked, I don't know, 30, 40 times, and all 30, 40 times the victims have retracted their statement, or the charges have been dropped or whatever, yeah? Then they automatically think, well, hold on, why is this guy keep getting away with this? Is he think he's above the law? You know, so then they personally, they go out of their way to fuck you up. But we'll talk about that afterwards.